All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Welcome to episode 27 of our Tassi Farms Dairy Empire gameplay series. I am the Ultra Farmer. We've got a pile of work to do this episode. We're going to first start off by getting a bunch of our grass fields cleared off. They're being mowed right now. They were kind of being mowed towards the end of the last episode. We've got to get all that grass cleared off. We've got to get it put into our fermenting silo. Then we're going to have a wheat field that needs to be harvested. We're even going to get into doing some baling today, which we haven't done in a while. We haven't done baling in a bit. And we might even be spending a little bit of money depending on some ideas I might have. But let's get right into it. Let's get into episode 27. Let's start by clearing off some fields and getting some grass put away. Yeah, I'm just pulling over here. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to fit in here. Yeah, we'll sneak in here. Grab our forge wagon, and we're gonna head out, and we're gonna start clearing off our large field. We've got a field. Our large field has been cut. Kind of our smaller one is being cut right now. And we got to go get all of this hay or this grass off, and we're gonna dump it into the fermenting silo and kind of let it do its thing. But yeah, we gotta. It's gonna take a second. It always does to get this field cleared off. It doesn't take too long actually. Now that we've got this trailer that's able to hold quite a bit of a capacity, we're gonna work to doing that first. Then we got to kind of get through the months, feeding the animals, doing the normal chores around the farm, and we're gonna be harvesting our wheat in obviously roughly August. So we got to get these fields cleared off first. Then we'll be going to harvest some wheat. And like I said, I kind of want to bale that field just because we haven't baled in a while, and we've got a brand new baler that's just sitting there collecting dust. And it would kind of be fun to go do some baling. We'll obviously dump all that straw bale into our cow barn so that we can get manure out of there. And we're going to be doing our normal stuff of going around and getting the milk pulled around, getting it put into the new production facility. Although I'm still not putting anything in that new production facility, like any further, if we will, in this creamery, because we've worked through all the milk, but I want to work through all this bottled milk and the butter, because that's what we're turning into the sour cream. And I just want to see how the cycles and all that go through before we kind of add any more milk into it. Just because you get like basically you get a ton of bottled milk out of the milk that you put in. I think it's 2 to 1. It was in that other production facility. Yeah, you put in 10 and you get out 20 bottled milk. So we could end up, if I put too much in there, we'll just have way too much bottled milk and not enough butter. So I might have to like let the cycles run through with what we have in there for butter, and then pause the bottled milk one, put in more regular milk from the barn, make some more butter, and then finish doing the sour cream. Is what I think I'm going to end up having to do, because right now we've just got so much bottled milk in there, and yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of a weird production facility that I'm not used to yet, so I got to kind of just go slow with it. I don't want to end up with a whole bunch of bottled milk in there just stuck that we got to do something with. Since I don't know what happened, but our auto loading pallet trailers are not working. So I don't really know. What we'll probably end up doing is just setting all the production facilities to sell off the products, and then we don't really got to load anything up, is what I would probably end up doing anyways. But I would like that pallet truck to start working again in case we do gotta like load some stuff up. And I mean, worst case scenario, we're not gonna have to load too much stuff up. Like, I just being lazy with it, really, if I'm being honest. But when you got like a couple hundred pallets to load up, like there's like, I wonder how much cheese it says we have. Like we probably got like 700,000. We got 420,000 liters of cheese right now. Like, that's a lot of pallets. That's a lot of pallets of cheese right there. That's 420 pallets. It would take a while to load that up with the forklift. Even the best forklift, super certified forklift operator, that would take a minute to do. So, yeah, my plan, hopefully one of those trailers gets fixed, or the mod itself, or whatever it is, gets fixed. That would be great. If not, we'll just switch everything in our production facilities to automatically sell, and it'll just be what it'll be. Uh, we don't really like need the money. Like we're so far ahead. It doesn't really matter at this point. Like we've got a whole bunch of cheese sitting there. Like I said, we have 1.3 million bucks worth of cheese sitting there. And it's only April. We wouldn't be selling it off till October anyways. So that's what, another 6 months. March, April, May, June, July, August, September, yeah, October, another 6 months. So another 6 months of milk production. With we already have 1,200 head of cattle, and they're producing so much milk, it's not even funny. Like 100,000 liters per month. We're gonna have so much cheese we won't even know what to do with, and really we'll have, we'll end up with 2 or 3 million bucks sitting in the bank that we really don't even have anything to spend on other than just like fun stuff. We just go buy a massive tractor or something, which we don't even really need, because usually the reason we get the big tractors is to pull the big implements, the big, cultivation implements, where we're, cultivators that require 700 horse. That's exaggerated, but a cultivator that requires like 500 horsepower to pull down the field. Like, we're never cultivating fields. These just keep regrowing. We don't really we don't even really need a large tractor if we don't want. So and we've got two fancy custom like semi trucks that we're not even really using anymore, because now I just use that other little trailer to pull slurry around, because it'll hold 200,000 liters, and like the barn produces almost 230,000 liters per month. So I don't really know. I mean, we could always buy more land, but again, we don't even really need to. This field beside us, the reason I've never bought it is because it's got telephone poles, or yeah, like the telephone poles with trees in the middle of the field. So the AI workers, you just know the AI workers will get jammed out in that field. Like 100% they will be wrapped around those poles, just like lost, which is too bad. But I know that'll happen, so it's not worth buying those fields. And then these other two smaller fields up here, like 15 and 16, like again, it's just what are we going to plant on those? Wheat? Well, there's no real point. We planted some wheat just because we wanted to get straw, but I'm not really going to do anything in those fields. I don't really want to go buy bigger fields elsewhere, because it's just we already have this massive field that we get so much grass from. We don't, yeah, there's nothing really to spend money on anymore, which sucks because we love spending money. Maybe we'll buy ourselves a fancy truck or something for the end of the series, and we could always get one of those big crone mowers just for the heck of it, because that'll do 10 meters wide and it goes pretty quick. So we could do these fields relatively fast. There is something I wanted to try with one of those crone mowers, to see if we could mow and pick up some of this grass at the same time. But I don't know if we'll be able to do it with an AI worker. I don't really know. I have like a mod installed that's like, it's almost like a trailer hitch extension with a PTO on it. So basically, you could hook that to the back of a mower, and since it's got a PTO, you could hook a trailer to that, which you could potentially use a forage wagon, and then set your forage wagon to be picking up anything that goes behind the mower. Theoretically, it'll work. Where it probably won't work is the game won't recognize that the mower is pulling a trailer. So when it goes to turn around and stuff like that, it'll probably get jammed out at the end of the fields, if I had to guess. And you have to still be babysitting it, because, well, no, we could get a trailer that'll hold like 5 million liters. It gets super unrealistic, but I was gonna say you'd still have to watch, because your forage wagon, even though this holds a large capacity, it still would fill up, and you'd have to like stop and take it over and dump it. What I'm getting at is I don't really know if there's any workarounds in the game that I could use an AI worker to clear off this field. That's what I would really like to be able to do, is use an AI worker to clear off this field instead of doing it each time by hand. But whatever, it is what it is. That's all that we really got to complain about, so that's not that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal. It's not like we flipped a truck or anything like that, right? That's not that big of a deal. I don't really understand why I keep rolling tractors and trailers and stuff, but it continues to happen more than I'd like to admit it does, which is unfortunate. But good thing that little John Deere tractor is tough enough to lift that over, or to push it over. That's really good. Those big trucks just go way too fast, and you don't really notice that you're going 60 mile an hour with a full trailer until you're on your side, which is Pretty brutal. Pretty brutal. But okay, I'm going to keep going here. I'm going to get this field cleared off. I'll probably bring you back when I'm clearing off the last little smaller field and we're getting the last of the grass dumped into the fermenting silo. Then what we'll do is we'll go through and we'll kind of get some of our chores done, whether that's pulling some slurry around. I can't really remember what needs to be done on each barn. I think we still got to pull milk around. We'll just make sure we got enough of whatever. I think there was still more stuff fermenting in the silage or the silo, so we might have to pull some other stuff and put it in the barn. I can't really remember, but we'll get all our chores and such done, and then we'll just keep on moving through the year so that we can finally get to harvesting that wheat field. All right, just getting the final kind of few passes of this field completed, and then we got to do some fertilizing. I'll set a guy to do some fertilizing while we're doing other chores around the farm. I went and got a different trailer. Okay, I went and got a trailer that could hold a little bit more. It goes up and down the field faster just to get this stuff cleared off a bit. It costs like 120 grand, 116 grand or something for this trailer. I was like, you know what? It's worth it. It's worth it just to save me some brain power or a little bit of just going up and down these fields because we're gonna have to cut in another couple months and do it again and again and again. There's just so many animals we can't slack off at all, and I just need something to be able to do it a little bit quicker, or since we can't use any type of AI worker, just make things a little bit easier. I can kind of just do it in one shot. Yeah, it's unrealistic, but whatever. We did enough. I think we paid our dues with the other pieces of equipment long enough. Um, we made enough money that we can afford a trailer like this. So this is almost done. I'm gonna go dump this into the silage fermenting unit, the silos, the Susie B silos, and then we'll go check in the Britter's barn and see exactly what's left in there for food, and we'll check and see what's in there for milk and slurry and all that stuff, and yeah, we'll just kind of get some of those chores done. I want to, as soon as we get back, we're gonna grab one of the tractors and hook onto the fertilizer spreader so that we can get some fertilizer down on these fields, and then just kind of continue on with chores. I don't know, maybe we'll head up into the supervisor's tower a little bit, scope some things out, who knows. That's where we'll have to have our end of series parties at the top of the tower. Be pretty lame. We got to get a dog or something in our next series. That's what we got to do. I had a dog in FS22 on the final farm that we built. And the dog's name was Freckles. Like, it just comes with names. The game just it just comes with names, and yeah, the dog's name was Freckles, and it was fun. It was so funny. Old Freckles. If anyone was around from that series, put a shout out in the chat if you remember Freckles in the comment section. If there's anyone that was around during that series, that was a 50-part series where we literally started from nothing, and we built a pretty crazy farm towards the end of it, like 50 episodes. It was insane, yeah. Even the second last episode of that series, I did it was a massive farm, and I did back-to-back harvests where I harvested everything, planted, fertilized, got through the whole year, and did another harvest. I'm not joking. I sat at my computer that day for 13 hours or something, just trying to get because the farm was so big, and that was kind of the finale of the series. It was pretty cool. It was a pretty fun one. That's for sure. Okay. Let's actually, I'm going to jump out and get back in first person mode here. Let's start this up. And let's just see. I can't remember if we had pulled milk and stuff out of here. Okay, there's 18,000 liters. That probably was just, I probably did pull all the milk and stuff out. What production facility do I want to put it in? There's 9,000 in there. Okay, which one is which though? I gotta rename these, like number 1 and number 2. We'll go over and we'll pull up and we'll rename them so I can figure out which one's which. Because I could never, well, I have no idea how they show up in the list. Like, is the first one on the list the first one that we put down? Let's go like this. Go into the build mode. Number 1. Sell. No, we don't want to do that. Number 2. Boom. Okay, so let's go in here. Number 2. There we go. Easy peasy. All right, let's get this dumped in, and then let's go do some slurry. Yeah, I'm just pulling over here. We got the milk done away. Now I'm gonna load up this slurry. 74,000 liters. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I caved a little. What's going on here? There we go. Caved a bit. Got this trailer. Leave me alone. It was just too many trips before. It was too many trips before. Okay. Let's take a look at. Okay, so we got 300,000 liters of hay, 800,000 liters of silage, 350,000 liters of straw. So that's good that we went and did that, and a bunch of mineral feed. Wow, went through a lot of mineral feed because I picked up like 30 some thousand liters. I guess it only went through a couple thousand. Might have to go get more. I really wish the auto load trailers were working a bit better. Okay, so that being said, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into the Susie B silos here, and I'm gonna go on our where are we at? Where are we at? Where are we at? Chaff silage, grass silage. Okay, I'm gonna deactivate this for a month, I think. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let just hay work through rather than the silage, because since we almost got like a million liters of silage, I want to get ahead on hay a little bit. So I might just let this cycle run through. It'll only do so many cycles, so it's not like it'll run through all the grass and make it silage. But yeah, we'll just kind of have to go back and forth on that. Because yeah, I don't want to make too much silage if it's just sitting there and then be short on hay. Let's jump back in this. This thing's probably full, or it's not even close. Do I gotta be in the tractor for it to fill? It should be at like 6,000. My God, we gotta be sitting in here for it to fill. That seems like it's bugged a little bit because you never used to have to sit in there to have it fill. Like we could always be just like bouncing around doing stuff. Maybe because that other tanker's like in the way or something. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, like that. We gotta sit here while it gets 70,000 liters in. Come on now. Come on now. We got stuff to do, you know? I don't know what to do, but probably something important. Or something not really that important. So we'll get this slurry pulled away, and then I'm gonna work through some of the months. I won't bring you in like for each month because basically it's gonna be this each month, just going through doing the chores. I'm gonna go. We're gonna have to do another in not May, June, in July. We'll be doing another cut of all the grass and stuff like that, which will be pretty normal. We'll go get all that cut, but I really want to buy more animals. That's going to be kind of the next thing. Once we get that cut done, I think I want to buy a whole bunch more cattle, and then because we should have quite a bit stockpiled in these silos now. Yeah, I'm thinking that's what I'll do is we'll once we get that cut done, I'm gonna buy a whole bunch more cattle, and then just see how much food they're really going through each month and if we're going to be able to feed them. It means they're going to be going through a crazy amount. Like everything's just going to ramp up in this insane way. They'll be producing so much milk, so much slurry. Like even this tanker that holds like 200,000 liters. Like if we double the size of this barn, there's going to be producing like 400,000 liters of slurry per month, which is like a ton. That is crazy amounts. So confused right now. Was that like what was going on before there? Like now it's filling insanely fast. Really don't know. Maybe it's just like a weird moment or something. Like I said, maybe because that trailer is over there, it's kind of jamming it out. But it said 70,000 liters. Now we're filling up. We got like, man, is the game jamming out? Who knows? Who knows on this farm? Tassie Farms is just getting ridiculous. Too many cattle. Too many cattle. But luckily we got the supervisor's tower. That makes it so we're able to keep tabs on everything. All right, I'm gonna dump this in, and I'm gonna keep going with what I said was gonna do. We'll get through these next few months. We'll get into July. We'll do a good cut, get everything off those fields again, and then we will buy a whole bunch more cattle. And then after that, next month after that, we were going to be doing some wheat. We'll cut all that wheat, get all that wheat cut, we'll bale it, and yeah, we'll jam everything into the barn, and then we should be pretty good to go for straw for a little bit. But I think I'm still going to replant. I think I'm still going to replant wheat. So I'll kind of bring you back over the next few months, and we'll keep doing chores. All right, welcome to July, which means it is grass cutting season. We got to go get the get cuts off both of our fields. So I'm just hooking onto the mowers right now, and I'm gonna go get a worker started so that we can kind of keep doing some chores around the farm while this worker does its thing. And this creamery factory beside us, I bought another trailer. I tried to buy another trailer to see if the auto loading stuff would work. It doesn't seem like it's going to. I still don't really know what's going on with that. So I just loaded up some pallets and threw it in there. That factory kind of isn't that great, to be honest, because it only holds 30,000 liters worth of finished product, and then maybe like another 6,000 liters outside in the drop-off area. So that being said, like it doesn't really, yeah, it kind of like bottlenecks itself. Like you have to pull the pallets out, or the production facility just kind of stops working, which is a little bit annoying. Just kind of is what it is. Okay, we need some more hay going in there, and we got to do the slurry in milk. So we're just gonna kind of do these chores while that field starts to get cut, and then we'll go chase that mower with the forage wagon. Now this was filling up. Yeah, okay, perfect. Perfect. We make crazy money each month from the slurry as is. Like it's pretty awesome. It's probably like 100 to 120 grand. We'll check right now just to see exactly what it was. And I don't even think last month was a full month. I kind of got doing stuff, and I think I missed a bit of the, sorry, yeah, 106,000. But like as you can see, these ones 140. Yeah, I kind of missed. I didn't. Anyways, 100 grand a month just from that alone. So just alone in slurry each year, the farm would make 1.2 mil. You know, essentially, if we averaged it out over a 12-month period of time. Okay, this guy's cutting. Everything looks good. And this is filling up. So we're running out of hay, basically. Let's go check the barn. Or we're gonna pull back over, and we'll check the barn when we start filling up this slurry tank. The barn. So the cattle had offspring. There's little calves out in the field. Last time I checked, there was 1,300 cattle in there, not the 1,220. So there was about 80 that were born. Geez, 146,000 still left in there. There's 1,620 now. Wow. Okay, so they reproduced again. Offspring in 1 month. Okay, so we don't even need to buy any. They're just having offspring. We've got 382,000 liters of hay, 480 of silage, 146 in straw, and there is 0 mineral feed. And I'm not even joking. I set down this buying station so that we can buy mineral food directly. I filled this full trailer, which is 22,000 liters, dumped it in there, and it's gone. And it was 40 some grand. It was 40 some grand to fill that. Let's go check real quick. I was kind of doing chores, and I was going fast because I was like wanting to get through the months for us. Where's mineral feed? Is it in here? Like I paid like 40 grand to fill that trailer. That trailer should only hold 22,000. What I'm getting at is I spent like double the money. You know what? These things are kind of weird. We're going to get rid of this one. So I put down this one. It says multi-buying fruit station. Place this on your farm to buy any product with 10% off market price. That's a load of crap. I was good because I didn't want to put this one down where it's like buy anything that's 60% off. And it's like, well, I don't really want that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to try this though. We'll try that one. We won't do it right now. Well, maybe we'll do it right now. I'm not too sure. Is this gonna... Okay. That's empty of slurry. Pull the hay over. Okay. So my whole plan to buy more cattle, we really don't need to do that, because that's probably what I was going to buy, was about 500 extra. Which would have cost us about... Man, it cost us like 600 grand, actually. Yeah. We'll just wait. We'll get them for free if we just be a little more patient. let's jump over and let's take a look at this. But what I'm worried about, well, if we have to buy food, we will, because we can buy bales. It's not that big of a deal. But I think, well, no, I know for sure we won't plant wheat again. I've already just decided that. As soon as we get that wheat field cleared off, we're gonna cultivate it and we're gonna put it back to grass because we just will run out of food if we get around 2,000 head of cattle and we are only got those two fields to kind of work through it. So we gotta put that other field back to grass and we'll just buy straw bales. That's what we'll do. It's not worth doing wheat just to get some straw off of it, and it's probably not going to be enough straw as is. So we might as well just buy the straw bales that we need. It's pretty cheap. Like it was like 40 grand for a trailer full. I mean, I guess it's not that cheap, but like what I'm saying, like slurry basically pays for that. So we can just a couple months of slurry can pay for a lot of straw bales. 239,000 liters of milk. The creamery factory isn't really that good. I honestly, yeah, it doesn't hold enough finished product. So I don't really know. Worst case scenario, we might have to put down another of like our OG units, these ones. And we got room up there. When I'm worried, like this, like we got 200,000 liters of milk out of this barn, 240 some thousand liters. So we might get to the point where we're bottlenecking those production facilities with like a full barn full of animals. Don't really know. I don't really know. Maybe not, but maybe. The nice thing is, even if we got to put down another production facility, we got room over there. We can just keep going. I kind of had planned for this in the future because I wasn't too sure how it was going to work, but we can just put another one right here, kind of continue along. That's why we cleared out all these trees at one point just to, in case we needed more production facilities in there. This one's kind of useless. I don't know. It's not really worth tearing down right now, but I do not suggest it. It only holds 30,000 liters of finished product. I mean, I guess if you got just like a but like this production facility is like meant for a small farm, but like who would have this whole big thing on like a tiny little farm? You'd think this would be like hold millions of liters, like it's the big papa of production facilities, but doesn't seem to be the case, which is fine. Doesn't really matter. We'll just we'll work through that's why I didn't put a whole bunch of milk in there because I just wasn't like sure on it yet. And I wish, like I've said this before, kind of beat the dead horse with it, but I really wish there was much more information about production facilities before you put them down. Like I really, Giants, if you're watching this video, Giants, if you're watching this video, maybe throw me out a T-shirt or something for playing your game for hundreds of hours, probably thousands of hours at this point. T-shirt, no big deal, or a sticker, something. Anyways, and once you get my merch figured out, fix your game and give us a little bit more info before we put something down. Like that's what we get. Takes in some slurry and some sugar beet and silage and manure, and we get like give me some recipe info. You know what I mean? Give me some capacities for store or for production facilities, right? What's the monthly cycles? Give me the info on the down low. Oh, I shouldn't have put all 200,000 liters in there. Complaining, and I wasn't paying attention. That's okay. That's okay. We just got to remember that that one's got quite a bit in there. Now our wheat field is ready to go. Our wheat field is ready to go, which is nice. We're gonna have a lot of work kind of going right now. So I just want to get these like farm chores done. Get the farm chores done, and then we're gonna head over and we will start with our wheat harvest, which I'm excited for. Very excited for. Let's go take a look at this guy. This guy could just be chilling out there doing his thing. This tractor again will kind of just be heading over to that field, and we'll be picking up grass as we go. And then we got the John Deere and the little red ACGO tractor over here to kind of work with the wheat and all that stuff. So let's just kind of bring him over to the edge of the field. Our milk should be done filling up. Yeah, let's go dump this in that other production facility, and then we'll get the combine out and get a worker going cutting that wheat. Yeah, I really can't. We always went back and forth with this wheat, but I almost wish, I just didn't really plan for how many cattle we would end up having. Bad management, bad farm management. Okay, let's have a tractor close. I'm gonna have to run over. Let's jump in this unit and get it fired up. Nice, it's been a minute since we've been in here. Well, at least we parked it full of fuel. Where am I going here? Yeah, let's just go this way. Can't get around that other side. Mixed up for 1 second there, no big deal. We want to... Our straw swath is enabled, so let's just get a worker going on this. Look at that beautiful wheat field. Oh. Now last time we used this, if everyone remembers correctly, the AI worker just decided to do the up-downs first. Okay. Okay, sorry. I hit the button and nothing happened, and then I just instantly got to the point of this guy's probably jamming out again. It looks like they're going to start on headlands here. Just want to make sure everything's going good before we walk away here. And we got straw swath kicking out. Okay, we're good. We're kicking 6 different kinds of smoke off that field, which is exactly what we wanted. Let's go park this slurry tanker slash milk tanker. Milk's a little contaminated around this farm, but no big deal. Run into that guard. That's why we have them in place. Let's go hook onto... We'll hook this tractor onto the Claus trailer here. And actually, while we got some time to quote-unquote kill, let's go load up with mineral feed and see how much it's going to cost us from this new buying station. This trailer should hold 22,000 liters. See if we can back her in here. Now remember, this one says it's going to, we get 60% off, which should be way too cheap, but... mineral feed. Okay, what did it charge us? 19 grand. Okay, yeah, it should have charged us 22. I'm just gonna call that good. We got a little bit free. Whoop-de-doo. It won't matter. That says that says it's 60% off. Like, that's just not accurate. Not accurate. How's this guy doing? Not too bad. Let's keep pulling this over. It's going to be a busy little month here. It is going to be a very busy month. And then we got to get prepped and ready to cultivate that field and do like all our fertilizing and all that stuff, and then get more grass planted down. We probably will get a cut off that as well. We'll probably get another cut in like October, July, September, October, or November rather. Let's go into here. Yeah, we'll get probably one in November-ish. Let's get this guy started. Might as well get him kind of going up and down. I'm glad I bought this trailer. I really am for this. I know it's not realistic, but just doing this so many times. This is actually a pretty big field. It takes time to clear this off. So having this trailer is awesome. It just helps kind of on my end, to be honest, just to get through these episodes. Otherwise it takes it, because like the episode's like an hour long, right? But like sometimes when I say those things like, okay, I'm just gonna get this field cleared off and then bring you back in, let's say August, like then it takes like 30-40 minutes after this to go up and down, clear off all the windrows, and then get set up for like the next part. And before you know it, like making a 1 hour episode takes like 2.5 hours, which is difficult. It's difficult. I do all of it. I guess I'll tell you guys because we got nothing else to talk about. I do everything in the mornings. So in case anyone ever wondered kind of like how I do all these episodes, like it's 5:24 a.m. right now. That's what it tells me. I usually get up at about 4. My alarms ring between 3:45 and 4:30. I got a couple of them set out between, in 15-minute increments because that's what it is. And so, like, I do all of the recordings and stuff in the morning before I go to work. Now, it's actually the weekend right now when I'm recording this one. But yeah, usually my routine is like I get up early, I do my stuff, I get the recordings done or I get editing done or something like that, and then I go for my run and then I go to work. That's usually the routine, and then I get off work like around 4 o'clock ish, um, and then I get home, and if I got to do some like editing at night, kind of while I'm eating supper or something like that, or posting some videos, working on some thumbnails, like that's how I do it to get everything done each day. Because I want to keep trying to do videos each day, and I got to run every day. I've been running every day for a long time, so I'm not going to stop that streak just yet. But I'm pretty, and I'm pretty used to this routine. Like this isn't a routine that I just started randomly doing just to, build this YouTube channel. I've been getting up like that and doing the runs and stuff for a really long time. Many, many years. Okay, let's go get this. Let's go get this guy. Tank is full. We're on our way, bud. We are on our way. Give us 1 second. Look at this. It's actually kind of worked out perfect for a change. We're right on the headland. We can just do a flyby. Buzz the tower goose. Okay, there we go. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, too bad. It's more I wonder what we're going to get off this field for straw. The wheat is just kind of like whatever, you know. We're not really doing anything with the wheat, but it's the straw. That's where the value comes. Let's go take a look at this guy. He's doing just fine. We could probably get a little bit more done while that combine's dumping out. Actually, we can get a bunch done because it'll just go after it's done. The AI worker will just keep going. Spin around here. But those cattle are eating a ton of food. So, but I'm not that worried. I mean, we got 1.7 million. We could buy a lot of hay if we had to. We could buy a lot of hay, which I'm not gonna do. I'm not gonna do. We're just gonna see. We just got to get through a couple months, and then we'll get another cut off of 3 of these fields, and we'll be doing just fine. Because when we cut all 3 of these fields and get them cleared off, quite a bit of food comes from that. I really want to get a full barn of animals and be able to feed them from just our fields. That's like the goal. That like 'cause then we actually created the empire. The empire that like is self-sufficient in a sense, where we've got all our equipment, everything's paid for, everything works in conjunction to take care of itself. And the animals are going to have offspring in another month, it said. So I wonder how many head of cattle will be born from that. Probably quite a few because, like, when we bought a bunch of those cattle, we were buying, like, that one time I bought 500 all at the same time, at the exact same time. So there should be quite a few cattle that are born from that litter or that grouping. Is that what you call it? That I'm sure a group of cows isn't called a litter. It's not like they're cats, but there should be a bunch that are born from that. So we should be able to almost get ourselves to a full barn without buying any more cattle. And yeah, we just got to be a little bit more patient really with it. I haven't looked. One thing I haven't done is look and see like what value all the cattle are at. We're probably leaving a little bit of profit on the table, but really at this point, man, it's July. We already got just about 2 mil, and we have. Let me go check real quick here. We've got almost 2 million bucks sitting in cheese. Almost 2 million in cheese. Not to mention what we got down here: 130 grand in sour cream. Some of this stuff we can't sell, like round net. Not gonna sell the diesel. We need that. We got a little bit of money in butter as well too. So I don't really think like my goal was never to sell cattle to make money. It was always just to obviously, but I wanted to do whatever they gave us was going to try and make us super rich. Was it whether it's the milk or the slurry? And that's not even doing anything with manure because we haven't had spare straw to put in for bedding packs. All right, how's this guy doing? 60%. I'm gonna try and do a little bit of a flyby and get some grain out of that so that we can keep going. I just want to do it while he's on the headlands because sometimes when they start doing the up downs, they'll just cut a weird path through the middle, and then it's hard to get grain out because you gotta like. I don't want to run over the crops and have crop destruction. You know. Oh, I wish I could. Should have been on the ball a little bit more. So I'm not trying to get this done around these like weird corners because sometimes the AI workers just go and they don't really care. Yeah, there we go. He should stop at the end here and dump out everything out that's in that combine. Because they'll probably want to turn this corner. Yeah, this will. The AI work will stop. We'll get out whatever we can and then we'll just kind of park this out of the way and go keep grabbing grass off that field. It actually works pretty good when we can set a mower and just chase with that forage wagon because that forage wagon's so much faster than those other ones, and we don't have to go run back and forth to keep doing drops into the silos. Yeah, see how they just do a cut through the middle, which is fine. It doesn't really matter, but if you get caught on a weird pass and you're not paying attention with that combine, then you gotta like back them up and because as soon as you take the controls and you run over the crop, then that's when you. I guess I could just turn crop destruction off. And there's like some things of the game that, like, yeah, I have this unrealistic trailer, and it's like, yeah, whatever. But there's other parts of the game that I still kind of like to keep realistic. Like, we got to take stuff in to sell it. We got to load the trucks up and take it down to the store. Well, I could just put like a sell everything great at our farm and like you don't have to do anything. I could do that, but I kind of like to keep some aspects like a little bit realistic, you know? Yes, we just get to push a button and like sell the cattle. Like really you'd have to like someone would have to load them into a truck and trailer and stuff. I don't know. Some of it I like to try and keep realistic, some of it I just get tired of doing it. Like auto load trailers. I'm just, after, like I said, we would have to load like 600 pallets of cheese on trailers if we were going to keep that part realistic. That is just not, I can't do that. That would take me way too long on that forklift. You guys see how good I am on that forklift. It's just not going to happen. Not going to happen. Okay, like I said before, we're going to keep going. I'm going to keep kind of clearing this field off. I'll probably bring you back once that wheat field is like basically harvested, and then we'll get started on baling, and hopefully I should have this field cleared off relatively quickly, just kind of going back and forth like I'm doing. And yeah, we'll kind of start baling towards the end of this episode. Okay, I know I said I would bring you back as the harvest progressed a little bit more, but like look exactly what just happened. I wasn't paying attention. I thought it would be good to go. Now this guy is stuck in the middle of like a weird row, and I would have to back him all the way up that row just to not destroy the crops. So I'm going to be honest with you guys right now. I'm going to be a little cheaty. I'm just going to turn crop destruction off just so I can get out of this little scenario, right? I could have just did it off camera and you would have never known, but we're in this together, and yeah, I'm just going to turn crop destruction off just for a second, just to get this one done. But this is what I'm talking about. You can't, like, I don't like how the AI workers, well, okay, I didn't pull the trailer under very good there, so maybe the AI workers would have done better on that. But, like, why just go through the middle of the field like this? I don't understand why it's coded like that. And I wasn't paying attention. I was picking up grass with the forage wagon, and look what happens. Look what happens. Paying attention's free is what they told me. Okay. I'm gonna keep going. I just wanted to bring you back so you can see this is what I'm talking about. I knew this would happen if I just, and I should have been paying attention, and I wasn't. And then I was done this. So we'll turn crop destruction back on after this. We'll pretend like nothing happened because nothing really did happen. Yeah. Just remember I was honest with you. There we have it. The wheat field is finally finished. I'm just pulling over here. I'm gonna dump the last out into this grain trailer. We'll dump it into the silos, and then we'll grab our baler and we'll go to town baling this field. We haven't baled in a while. It feels like not straw for sure. Um, and yeah, we'll see what we get for straw bales off all this. I mean, I wish the AI baling worked. I really wish that, but wish in one hand. Um, the other field is just being fertilized. Now, the small grass field, I want to test something in. I kind of have an idea. If it works, I will show it to you when we cut the grass in November/October. If it doesn't work, we'll just never hear about it again. How does that sound? I want to just see if I can kind of trick the game into baling for us with an, or not baling, but into cutting and picking up the grass with the forage wagon. I kind of have a little bit of a plan. It's kind of hard to describe right now until I get the pieces. I have this like mod downloaded. I talked about it before, where it's kind of like it's like an extended hitch with a PTO on it, if that makes sense. Um, yeah, blah blah blah. I'm gonna test it out, see if it works. If it does, great. If not, oh well, nothing really lost. And I'll try it on that small field, which I'll kind of try again, just off camera a little bit. Park this in there tight. Okay, there we go. Let's drop this down. Park this. Let's jump over to this guy and get this last little bit of wheat dumped out. I do not know. I wasn't paying attention. I took 2 full trailer loads over, so that would be 45,000 liters. So 55, 132 is what I think we got. If I mathed it all together correctly, which I think I did, we'll check. Yeah, 62,132 would be my guess. Let's dump this in. Oh, I shut the tractor off. Ha ha ha. Will it tell us? This thing holds 150,000 liters. I thought these ones held more, to be honest. These aren't really that good then. 150,000. Okay, 62,095. Okay, yeah, pretty good. Pretty close guess. Close enough for me. Alright, let's go park this trailer and let's hook onto our baler. Our really expensive baler that we barely used. Or we didn't use. Is that the better way to describe it? Did we not use it? Okay, let's see if we can snake this guy in here. See if we got our backing up skills. Not too bad. There we go, drop that off. Alright, let's go grab our baler. The $160,000 baler that's just been sitting in here collecting dust. Just like the forklift. Yeah, the forklift's awesome though. I loaded quite a bit of stuff with that forklift. And I do not feel bad not using it anymore. Oh, looks like there's one more grass bale sitting in here that we'll probably have to kick out. Okay, so we did use it. We did use it. So we can throw that grass bale in the fermenting siler, which is great. I'm gonna have to unfold this. Let's go in. How do I reset Alt X? Oh, that's Control X. Okay, so we'll see how many bales. I mean, we got 143 bales off this. Yeah, we used this thing. We used this thing, right? All right, let's go to town here. Now the first bale that kicks out should be a grass bale. Unless it swapped it. Oh wow, it swapped it. Okay, interesting. I wonder... Let's just see something here. Say I put... Is it actually going to start baling? Okay, I've got an AI worker going. No way. Is it actually gonna bail? I think well, no, it would have started on the edge of the field then. I don't know, maybe it is bailing. Well, it is bailing. So what I'm getting at is like when you set it, just like a working width on anything else, like you'll set it and usually it goes to you can set your working width to whatever the implement is you have behind it, right? Or up to whatever the implement is behind it. And for these balers, when I would go in and set it, it would go on 4 meters wide. That's what it would say was the max that it could do, was 4 meters wide. So technically speaking, if it tried to follow the same path as the combine, and what would come out of the combine is obviously the straw swath, which would be center of its working width. Now the combine's working width is probably like 8 meters. What are those headers? 6 meters. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. You know, I'm just going to let this thing go. I'm going to let this thing do its thing. Worst case, we can jump in and we can bail. Let's just see how it goes for a little bit. Let's see how it goes for a little bit. So this guy's fertilizing. I want to jump over to... This has got to be getting close to being fertilized. Okay, and I forgot to fertilize this one a second time. This is still going along here. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. If it works, that's hilarious. Okay, so once this is fertilized, I want to kind of test out and see if this works. You know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to go do it right now. I'm going to test out and see my little strategy on that small field. See if it works. If it doesn't, great. Even if it does, if it doesn't, I'll probably show you what I got set up and what I tried. But it might work. Blah, blah, blah. I'll bring you back in a sec, and we'll just test it out. Right, we are back baling. I tried to let the AI worker go. It like worked a little bit, but basically did not work. Which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. It is what it is. I also tried a few things on that other grass field. Neither of them worked, so we're just back to business as usual, doing it the only way I know how, which is fine. It's completely fine. So I'm just going to keep going here, getting this field baled. I don't know exactly how many bales we'll get off all of it, but I will keep track and obviously we'll let you know. I think though probably what we're gonna do is end this episode here. This will be kind of like a good spot to end it because I'm just gonna be finishing off baling and all that stuff. And then at the beginning of the next episode, what we'll be doing is doing our field prep, getting the grass and stuff planted. I'll get the rest of the grass pulled off our kind of second small field, and then yeah, we'll just keep going, keep plugging away. We'll be able to once I get this field baled, I'll leave all the bales on and we'll pick them all off at the beginning of next episode as well, so that way you can see how many bales we got just for the fun of it. And yeah, kind of just go from there, keep plugging along. So as always, thank you so much for watching today. I hope you guys have a good afternoon, evening, morning, whenever it is that you are watching this. If you haven't done so already and you want to help the channel and you want to help us get to that 1,000 sub marker, I guess depending on when you're watching this, hopefully we hit it sooner rather than later. Hopefully you look and you're like, what do you mean you're way over 1,000? That'd be great. But if you aren't subbed to the channel and you want to kind of help us get to that milestone, I would greatly appreciate it. But don't ever feel like you have to. I think that's it. We're getting to the end of this this gameplay series, which I know some people are probably not gonna like, but it is what it is. We got other ones in the pot, and they'll all be fun, and they'll all be just as good, I'm hoping. So thanks again so much for watching. I'll catch you guys on the next episode, and have a good one.